All right, Joshua Kimmich to Arsenal transfer off completely. Remember, in the recent past, we've always gone ahead to bring you stories of Joshua Kimmich to the club of Arsenal, and it was really very important in there for you, because Joshua Kimmich had gotten offers from Arsenal and PSG. Amidst that Bayern withdrew last week. But today, Fabrizio Romano has gotten a very huge story that this transfer of Joshua Kimmich to Arsenal is off. Why? He really has everything in detail. And you know, when it comes to the number one transfer guru, that is Fabrizio Romano. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are, and continue to subscribe. 7th of March it is, and I think I've been away for some 2 days, but I'm back in full swing. Now, the side of Arsenal has been chasing in for a player called Joshua Kimmich as a free agent. One, that's the first story. Second story, Kolo Muani, obviously going to be talking about his future, and there is a prize money that is really very attractive that FIFA has got ahead to set up in the first FIFA Club World Club edition that's going to be happening in the US. 32 clubs obviously going to be taking place into that tournament, into the mix. So that's exactly what you're having in here, and please continue to subscribe because we want to hit 25,000 subscribers. Now, let's obviously start it off with a story coming through from Germany, and this is Bild, and this was on the 6th of March. They told us that a decision regarding Joshua Kimmich could be made today. Elba and Kimmich have an agreement of a new contract, and there will be a meeting today between the supervisory board members and Abel Fred to decide whether to approve the contract or not, meaning that on Thursday, there was a meeting between the side of Bayern Munich, that is the board, to see to it that Joshua Kimmich is given a contract that he deserves. Now, some of the hints that Joshua Kimmich wanted: 4 years and a sum of 400,000 euros a week. That is what he wanted, and that's why they had to sit. And in the due course of sitting, they had to obviously green light this to see to it that it obviously pays off to the fullest. And that's what you're getting in through from Bill. Now, Fabrizio Romano, the man himself, one of the top tier one journalists when it comes to breaking news in the transfer world, has told us that Joshua Kimmich and Bayern Munich have exchanged all documents for a new deal until 2029. Agreement in place and deal set to be signed very soon, as Bild reported. Kimmich never advanced in talks with any other clubs, and only approaches priority to FC Bayern Munich. Now, that means there were approaches made by clubs like Arsenal and so on and so forth. You understand? But the player was never advanced in talks with any club, neither Real Madrid nor Arsenal or PSG, and all he was giving first priority was Bayern Munich. Now, documents have been exchanged, and the most important bit of it all was all about the length or the longevity of the contract, and those were the 4 years that Joshua Kimmich had to agree on with Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich have gone ahead, obviously succumb to the pressure of Joshua Kimmich, and obviously they've gone ahead to obviously admit that, all right, the player should be given this contract, meaning that the documents have gone ahead to be exchanged, and after the documents have gone ahead to be exchanged, you know what exactly happens. It means the club of Arsenal can no longer get this player because he's obviously going to be extending his contract. And by the way, the reason as to why Arsenal was going in for this player was because he was a free agent. But we all admit that it wouldn't have gone ahead obviously be the same if at all the player in the names of Joshua Kimmich was tied on a long contract. Arsenal could obviously go in for a 30-year-old player to spend some huge money on him, meaning that Arsenal is going back. Arsenal is going back to the basics. And what are the basics? They're obviously going back to a player called Zubimendi. Do you understand? Whom they've already gone ahead to agree personal terms with come the summer transfer window, and they'll be working hard to see to it that they obviously get this done and dusted. Now, before this contract exchange was obviously made today, Joshua Kimmich, after beating Bayer Leverkusen by I think 3-0, was 3-1, 3-0. He told us that other clubs also play a role in my decision on my future. I won't mention which clubs, but there will be a decision soon. So, he promised us on Wednesday that a decision is obviously going to be made soon. And in a nick of an eye, that decision has been taken. You understand? And the decision is he's staying at Bayern Munich. That's the decision that has been taken by the man himself, known as Joshua Kimmich. And as it stands, no one is obviously looking at Joshua Kimmich anymore, unless otherwise you want to obviously put some cash. Barcelona are really going to be looking elsewhere. The side of PSG, Arsenal will obviously look elsewhere for a player, because this one is gone and he's going to be staying at the side of Bayern Munich, and the player is not willing to obviously leave. That means Arsenal are out of the race, and that means we're obviously going to be getting Zubimendi stories a lot this season. These remaining months to the summer transfer window. That is it. So that's all about Joshua Kimmich, and let's obviously go to Kolo Muani, who crossed from PSG to Juventus during the winter transfer window, and his future has always been a very big question. And when asked about his future, Kolo Muani came out and told us that I've not closed my PSG chapter yet. I'm still under contract. But if things continue like this at Juventus, why not staying? He said, Juve opened the doors to me. Thiago Motta convinced me. So let's see what will happen. So he's like, the chapter at PSG has not gone ahead to end. But with all what is happening at PSG, I don't think that Enrique is willing to obviously welcome this player. And this player is also not willing to work with Enrique again. If you watch the game on Wednesday, PSG versus Liverpool, I think the missing piece in the jigsaw of PSG is not Kolo Muani. That is it. It's not Kolo Muani, the missing piece in the jigsaw. That is it. So, I don't think that it's the missing piece, but all in all, we can confirm to you that the club of Juventus wants this player to stay. Why? Because he's really doing wonders at the side of Juventus. When you look at his numbers, they're really good and they're really very much giving. In the Serie A, 6 games, 5 goals and 1 assist, meaning that every game he averages 1 GA. Coppa Italia, one game, 0 goals. UEFA Champions League. UEFA Champions League, 0 games to 0 games, 0 goals. Meaning that he has played 9 games and he has gone ahead obviously get a GA of 6. When I talk about GA, I mean goals and assists. That is Kolo Muani for you. So for Kolo Muani, he's like, if I'm sent to Juventus, I'll obviously have to come in here and obviously say, but it will depend on how much money PSG is obviously going to be putting on the head of Kolo Muani, because they bought him expensively from Frankfurt to PSG. You understand? So let's wait and see how that pans out. But he's obviously hitting the ground running, and he's really showing Thiago Motta, all giving him reason as to why he's the guy he should obviously sign. Now, from that, Sky Carvey has told us that FIFA are set to announce total prize money of $1 billion for the 2025 World Cup, for the 2025 Club World Cup, with clubs making up to 100 million dollars if they do well. Significant solitary funds will also be distributed to non-participating clubs, while FIFA will return zero from revenues. So, when you look at the FIFA World Club, you know, it's really very, 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 you know, very, very anticipative. You understand? We are really having, you know, we are really having clubs from all over the world, from every continent. You understand? You are obviously gonna see, you are obviously gonna see to it that clubs from all over the world obviously gonna be coming in through. Now, when there are clubs like Al Ahly from Africa, then Al In, you know, there is Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia, there is Atletico Madrid, there is Auckland City from the US, I think. There is Bayern Munich from Europe. You know that there is Benfica from Portugal. There is Boca Juniors from Argentina. There is Borussia Dortmund from Germany. There is Botafogo from Brazil. There is Chelsea from the Premier League. There is Club Lyon, you know, from CONCACAF. There is Esperance from Tunisia, Africa. There is Flamengo from Brazil. There is Fluminense from Brazil in there. There is Inter Miami, you know, from the USA. You know, Messi plays. The Inter Milan from Italy. Juventus from Italy. There is Mamelodi Sundowns from Africa. There is Man City from United Kingdom. There is Monterrey, you know. I don't know where it comes from. But there is Pachuca, you know, there is Palmeiras, that is from Brazil. There is PSG, you know, from France. There is FC Porto from Portugal. There is Real Madrid from Spain. There is River Plate from South America. There is Salzburg from Australia. There is Seattle Sounders from US. There is Olsen from Korea, that is South Korea. You know, there is Urawa Reds from Japan. There is Wydad from Morocco, Wydad Casablanca. So teams as listed above are obviously gonna be drawn in I think there are 32 teams, 8 groups, and you're obviously gonna be enjoying this FIFA World Cup. But guys, imagine winning the FIFA World Cup and you walk away with 100 million euros. You understand? 100 million euros and $1 billion is up for like sharing amongst those clubs. So the FIFA World Cup is really very interesting, and that means the club will obviously, I think it's obviously going to be happening every 4 years, and this FIFA World Club Cup will see to it that a lot of clubs really strengthen themselves, and they use the 4 years to obviously see to it that their coefficients into the UEFA Champions League obviously match up those that should see them play into the tournament. Because if you look at a team like Liverpool, you know, if you look at a team like Liverpool, if it wins the UEFA Champions League and it wins the Premier League and the FIFA Club World Cup, do you know what that means? You know, they would have gone ahead, obviously, make in those 3 tournaments close to 500 or 600 US dollars, 600 million, you know, US dollars. You understand? So that is a very huge opportunity for teams like Real Madrid to obviously revamp their lost financial muscle. So guys, I sign out for now. See you later. I'll call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Joshua Kimmich to Arsenal transfer update, transfer off. What do you make about it? Kolo Muani speaks about his future, and 1 billion up for expenses in the FIFA Club World Cup that's going to be happening in the US. Bye-bye.